Hello, I'm Sagar from Nepal Electricity Authority. I'm here to give a presentation on electricity market and major energy policy challenges in Nepal. Nepal is a country located in the northern hemisphere near India and Bangladesh. The major source of electricity in Nepal is hydropower with a visible capacity of about 83,000 megawatt, but so far it has developed only around 2,000 megawatt, but even that is much more than the demand right now, which stays at around 12 to 1400 megawatt. So a big challenge for Nepal right now is what to do with the surplus energy, use it or sell it to its neighbors, but both options are not so easy at the moment. Here we can see the energy supply and consumption pattern in Nepal. Most of the energy is coming from biomass and more than 90% of the consumers are domestic consumers. So there is very little electricity consumption and most of the energy is also coming from oil products. We can see that our target is to increase the per capita energy consumption to 1500 kilowatt hours by 2030 as per the SDG, but as seen in this table, the per capita energy consumption right now is 267 kilowatt hours. There is not much demand. Now let's look at the energy market. The domestic energy market is not competitive in Nepal. NEA is the single buyer of energy. There is no open wholesale or retail market. There is some competition in the generation sector, with the private producers contributing more than 40% of the total generation. And regarding the international market, Nepal buys some electricity from India, and for Nepal to sell its energy, the possible markets are India and Bangladesh, but due to lack of transmission lines and due to geopolitical tensions, it's not being very easy for Nepal right now. Now let's look at the major energy policy challenges for Nepal. For the first challenge is to break the structural rigidity and address the lack of competitive electricity market. That means unbundling of Nepal Electricity Authority and deregulating the existing market. For this to happen, the timeline and steps of transition, structure of the transition of the final market, a retail energy pricing mechanism, deregulation issues need to be addressed. The second challenge is to identify a suitable energy mix. Since right now all we have is hydropower, Nepal's long-term policy requires it to have a contribution of more than 10% of solar and wind in the total mix. Issues like future and possibility of renewables, optimum energy mix, and its effect on retail prices need to be answered. Another major challenge is to deal with the seasonal imbalance, excess energy and trading issues. How can Nepal increase its energy consumption in the monsoon and not let the energy to spill, because essentially India is not buying right now? Should we increase the T&D network to improve consumption? Should we use more EVs? Or should we use hydropower as energy storage? These are some serious questions that need to be answered. To conclude, Nepal should immediately deregulate its energy market, open up the market to increase competition, develop real-time trading, all this to increase its consumption for economic growth, and should also deal properly with India for a fair regional electricity market.